Now, we had talked about Wahu and how she opened up about being molested at a young age. And she was actually 9 years old when she got molested, and she was molested by a cousin. Luckily, she was able to tell her parents. Now, both her and Nana Owiti were able to talk about their experiences. And what's really interesting, Nana also got molested at 9 years old by a family member. She was inappropriately touched by a family member. And she went ahead and said, at about 9 years old, when he first touched me inappropriately, for a minute I blamed God. Why did he let this happen to me? Why didn't I have the strength to stop him from carrying on the gruesome deed? Narrating this story, especially in front of the cameras and the world, was hard, but I have had my power back. I wanted my voice back. I didn't say anything because the baby me thought I would get blamed for it. And then she later on went ahead to talk about her experience and everything. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to tell her late mother, but she's currently going through therapy, or she's planning on going through therapy to be able to deal with the trauma of this whole experience. And I'm just here for women who are so strong and so brave to let us know their stories about something that's so traumatic to them. You know, so many times we don't want to, you end up being ashamed when someone else is the one who come and violated you. You're the one who's ashamed. And she even talked about that, how she felt like she was ashamed and embarrassed about it, but now she's able to speak about it. I'm just like, congratulations, Nana Owiti, congratulations, Wahu. Continue speaking and telling your stories, and at least giving other women strength who have been through those same difficult situations.
You know, for me, the thing that I feel like made me a bit mad about this whole story is how it happened. So apparently, according to her story, she says that her mom trusted this relative of theirs so much so that she would let them sleep in the same bed. A male person sleeping in the same bed with your 9-year-old daughter. I know, and I'm saying this very, very politically correct, because maybe the mom just didn't really think about it that hard. But you as an individual, even if it is a 15-year-old, a 2-year-old, we've seen the cases of young children up to 4 months old being molested by people that are significantly older. Because that, I mean, honestly, 4 months. This is a 4-month-old kid. You do not let a male person, regardless of whether it's your brother, your uncle, your grandfather, your god, whoever it is, do not let them get into such close proximities and in such guarded spaces with your children, either male or female, because this happens both ways. It is such a sad thing to actually see that the people that we let closest to our kids are the ones who end up giving them such traumatic experiences. Yeah. And don't forget, this is something that you will live with going forward. It's not like it happens and it disappears, because obviously at first he started touching her, and then when she's like, "Ay, Apana, please don't touch me," she's like, the guy says, "Sipia we unishike." You know, in a child's brain, that is such a heavy concept to actually try and, you know, try and rationalize. You're a child. You don't even know how to react to begin with. Yeah. So it's very, very uncomfortable to put your children in such situations, especially when they don't know how to talk to you. Because a lot of children don't know how to talk to their parents. So please, as you're putting your children in spaces, try and keep them as safely guarded to you as possible and away from all these temptations, because all these people are getting the temptation because of how close in proximity you've put your kids to them, you know? It's very sad, but again, such a good job for encouraging others to speak about this. It is important for us to talk about any form of molestation, any form of harassment, because it helps others have a voice. It helps others know where to go. It helps others actually understand what happened to them and process it in a healthy way, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if you've gone through such, when you become a parent, you are more strict and you know what to do. You just don't allow them to mix up. Yeah, we've talked about cousins and just relatives in general. They're not nice people. So I believe that before you get married, there's someone who educates you. How about we start educating guys before they get married? Not just the marital counseling that this is what you're supposed to do as a wife, this is what you're supposed to do as a nini. We educate them and tell them, this is what you're supposed to do as a mother. When you become a mother, don't allow ABC.
Even single
Don't
fathers.
encourage ABC. Single fathers also, they should have someone who talks to them and tells them, this is what you're supposed to do. Okay, you're raising a girl. This and this is what is supposed to happen. And then when that girl grows up,
just because you're introducing her to females doesn't mean that they're safe as well. Anyone can be a predator, honestly. It's not stamped on your face that you're a child predator. It really isn't. These are things that we find out over time.
Yeah, so I'm sorry they had to go through that. But you know what? We gotta move on.